Hi everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.com. Today I'm going to show you how I created this card, which some of you may have already seen. I did share it on my blog a couple of days ago, but as it's a Tuesday and I do sometimes put surprise videos out on a Tuesday, I thought it would be nice to share a video today on how I created this lovely starburst effect, which I think just makes this a really lovely card, very luxurious, and inside also has a bit of that mirroring of those beautiful colours. It is a really lovely card that I think most people would be more than happy to receive. I made it using what is probably one of my favourite, if not the favourite set of mine from the new autumn winter catalogue. It's a Star of Light stamp set and the matching Starlight thinlits. We're going to use the thinlits to begin with. Let me just show you how beautiful these are. If you've watched other ones of my videos, you will know that I love these stamps, these thinlits. That one's in the wrong place, but there are just such gorgeous thinlits. So this is the one we're going to use today, which is just that big star shape. These are just gorgeous ornate stars, and then we've got, this is more of a cutout, and these of course the smaller ones coordinate perfectly with the stamp set as well. So it is just a really good set of framelits, and this one, it actually puts the score lines on, so if you want to make one of those sort of 3D pop-up stars, you can use this die for doing that very easily. Let me put that away and I will show you how we made the card. So we're going to use this die, so I will keep that out. And then I have a piece of Night of Navy. This is my card base. This measures, let me just double check. Yep, it measures 11 by 5.5 inches, 11 by 5.5. So we're going to make a card that is basically 5.5 by 5.5. So I'm just going to fold that over. Just use my bone folder to get that crease nice and sharp. And that's my card base done. So I'll just put that to one side. Then what you will need is 5 panels in whichever colours you want to make for your starburst. I'm going to do exactly the same colours. So I have Smoky Slate, which is my top layer. Then I have Marina Mist, Island Indigo, oh, this is the wrong way around, Dapper Denim, and then finally Night of Navy. Okay, and these all measure the same. These measure 5 by 4.5 inches, okay? So what we need to do is turn it round so it is with our 4.5 inch side up at the top. And you don't necessarily need to start with a Night of Navy one because the base is obviously Night of Navy, but I just think it looks nice if you can see that. You see the first, there is actually a you can see it well there, there is actually a Night of Navy cut out to begin with. So what I'm going to do is just going to line up my top or my bottom sheet on my grid paper. Then I'm going to use bring my die in. I'm going to position that where I want it to go in the middle of my cardstock, and I think just slightly up towards the top. But you want the points to be lined up at the 2.25 inches so that you are in the centre. Just got a little bit of washi tape, and what I'm going to do is just for the first one, I'm just going to use that to stick that star down just so that it doesn't move. So just a tiny little bit of washi tape over the die. Once you've lined it up, did I move it? No, I don't think so. Okay, so just take a little while to make sure you get that in the position that you like. So that's where I've put it. So we are, so the card is, this is the 5 inch and this is the 4.5 inch side, and I positioned it a little bit high this way, but pretty much in the centre that way. Okay, then I'm going to take my next colour, which is this Dapper Denim, and pop those behind each other, and then I'm going to take the third one and line those up. So 3 pieces of cardstock. Got my big shot here, bring that in. I put my magnetic platform on just to give me a little bit more security. Just make sure that those 3 pieces of cardstock are lined up perfectly, like that. Put on your top plate, and we're just going to go through, and those 3 pieces will go through. Just give it a little bit of elbow grease, and then I like to come all the way back Oh, you're getting a nice picture of my arm there. There we go, now you can see it popping out. Okay, and what you should find is, oh, this stuck to the plate, is should pretty much go through 2 sheets of cardstock. So you can then pop out the star. Nope. It's one done and the top one done. Okay. Oh, camera's moving. Just gently peel the washi tape off there. Sorry. Maybe I'll lift you up a little bit so you can see a bit more. How's that? Okay, let's see if that works. I hope I don't knock it over. Okay, we'll pop these stars out, and of course you can keep these are beautiful shapes. We are using the relief, so you could use these to make some gorgeous other cards. Then I'm going to bring in my last 2 colours. So I've got my Island Indigo, Marina Mist and Smoky Slate. And then I'm just going to pop those down, and I'm going to use that outline that you can see there, which the die has made from the first pass, to then line up my die, and you'll feel it that it will sort of just go into the groove that you made. Feels right to me. And we'll just then press that down, and we'll go through again. And you just need to keep doing this for as many different layers as you want to create. There we go. Take that off. Sorry. Okay, and we'll peel that off. And as I said, the top 2 it will have gone through, and we'll just need to do the last Smoky Slate layer one more time. Okay, and these, because the way we die cut them, these should all line up perfectly on top of each other, as you can see there that they do. Okay. So last one, and we're going to do that again with the Smoky Slate, and as I said, you'll feel it sort of dip into the groove that you've created. There we go, just make sure that lines up top and bottom. Don't really need this washi tape as we're using the magnetic platform, and then we can wind that through. Okay. This one will go through really easy because it's just that one layer. And that is our big shotting done. So I'll pop that out of the way. Here we go. So now we've got all our cards with our star holes punched in them. So what we need to do now is bring in our trimmer, which of course is right at the bottom of the pile. And we are just going to take each card and cut it in half at the 2 1/4 inch mark. Okay, so I'm just going to go and do that for all of them, and then I'll be back and show you how we build it up. So I've cut all my pieces in half like this, and now we're ready to start building up the card. So if we bring in our card blank, which we made earlier, and you can decide which way now you want it to open, this way or 10-fold. I tend to prefer 10-fold, of course it's up to you. Then we're going to start with our first outline colour, which in this case is the Night of Navy. And I'm just going to use some snail on the back of each of these pieces. And make sure you get around the edges. And, oh, got a hair stuck in there. Oh, there we go. And then we are just going to start to stick these down. So the first one, we're actually going to almost glue it back into position. And you need this, you want this to be in the, oh, that one's upside down, in the centre of your card. Just take a minute to make sure this one is pretty much straight and centred. Something like that. And then you can stick both sides down. Okay. There we go. Okay, you can't really see that too well. Yeah, you can. That catches the light nicely. And then we're just going to build up on top. So now I've got my Island Indigo piece. So I'm going to snail that up. So you could use Tombow for this as well if you wanted. And then just going to line that up, so it's lined up top and bottom, but it's probably a millimetre further away, sorry, a bit more than a millimetre, probably 2 or 3 millimetres, about 1/8 of an inch in the opposite direction. Okay, can you see that? Now because it is it's not actually getting bigger and it's the same size, it's not like each die cut is progressively larger, so you'll see the whole of it. You will see that there's some parts, you see, I think once we get the next colour you can probably see a little bit better what I'm talking about. Okay, and you just want to try and get the same gap on either side. Now if you put the Bermuda bee on, you will see what I mean. Okay. So again, we're lining it up top and bottom, but just moving about 1/8 of an inch further out. There we go. And you can see on this one, what I mean is that you're not getting progressively larger. So you can see where the dapper denim changes. Hopefully you can see that. There's some areas where you don't see any of the extra colour, but then the next bit that you do. So you're just going to keep doing that until we get to the smoky slate layer. So there I've done the layers underneath, so I've just got left is the smoky slate layer. Before we stick that down, we're going to stamp our sentiment. So the one I've chosen comes from the same gorgeous set. Just going to bring in a bit of foam matte. So it is a photopolymer set. There's some really nice sentiments in this set, so I have chosen one that says the light of heaven became the light of the world for the outside, and then inside I just stamped Merry Christmas. So a bit of Night of Navy ink, and ink that up so that became the light of the world, and we're just going to stamp that in the bottom of what it will be the right hand side of your card. There we go, beautiful. And then maybe a little bit higher, and then the light of heaven up in this corner like that. Okay, and then we just stick that down on our card as we did with the other colours. So I've finished off my layering and I've stuck my sentiments down. The last thing to do is I've got this gorgeous die cut which is in smoky slate, and we will just stick that down in the middle of our card. You don't need me to watch me do that, but that is basically the technique that allows you to make this really lovely beautiful card, and of course you can then continue and decorate it up inside. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's a technique that you give a try. It's a little bit of work involved, but you know, it creates such a thick, beautiful, luxurious card that anybody receiving it this Christmas would think they are really special. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back on Friday with another video. Thanks, bye.